Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to it.
Good morning to the folks. What up to the youngins and bless up to the world.
And then Jay just puts your info on blast like that.
It's what the people want to know, bro. My bad.
Nah, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to it. It is the Morning Shake with me, your host, Xavier Hendricks. And of course, usually on the show, we got my co-host, Jay Paris. He is still in studio, but he's not sitting with us on this panel today because today on this panel, we got some interesting conversation about to happen. We got some interesting things coming up for you as well. And we're going to go, listen, I know there's a bunch of traders watching right now, guys. If you are here, please do subscribe to the show. We're always speaking to influential people on the show. We're always speaking to those in the young spaces doing it big. Those who are going up, being celebrities, doing a bunch of cool stuff before 30. Last show we had with our guest today, we actually had a show, How to Be a Millionaire Before 30. And that was a big show for us. And today, guys, we are going it a little bit deeper, and we're actually taking it one step further, where we're actually trading a real live NAS. For you. So I know NAS is a big deal amongst traders and it's a big thing, but today we're going to be speaking about that, and we're actually going to go live on the big screen and show you guys what we're all about. And so our guest today is not afraid to go live. In fact, before the show started, he says the confidence is so high he can go live with a clean chart, and we're going to see where we can go from there and what we're going to do from there. So ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, I see there's already a bunch of you. If you are online and you want to ask a question, you want to make a comment, you want to say something, what you got to do is you got to jump on. The comment section is open right in front of us. We can see, we'll answer you immediately, instantly. It's like we're having a conversation. So without any further ado, I don't want to waste any more time. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to first, before I welcome my guest, I want to welcome today's co-host on the show with me, also involved in the trading game, also knows the game well. And ladies and gentlemen, it's my very own brother. Please put your hands together and welcome Mr. Jesse Hendricks.
What up? What up? I'm trying to greet like how Joe usually greets, you know. What up? Yeah, no, but like you said, we have a very interesting guest today. I've been with this guy for how many years have I been with this guy?
Maybe too long, bro. Way too long. Can we even start counting it on the feet now already? What's going on?
We're on the fingers now. We're on the feet. We're on the feet.
Bro, put on your headphones real quick.
Sweet,
yeah,
sweet.
no, but I've been with him for some time. The way I met him, I know him through football. We know each other for some time. And I just saw this guy started withdrawing money every single day. There was a time where, it's the first time I saw someone withdraw so much money, nah? And he had it in his car, on his passenger seat. And he put the seat belt on. And I saw the caption, secure the bag. And I was like, damn, what this nigga be doing?
And so you saw that the homie's making the money.
I saw he's making the money. And that's when I messaged him. He said, when would you like to meet? Next day we met at Columbine Square McDonald's. I don't know if you still remember that.
Back in the day,
yeah, and he explained to me a few things, how it works. That time I didn't know what fundamental trader and technical traders are. And he explained everything to me. Literally the same day I left him, I ended up making like maybe $30 that same day. Just when I walked away from him, I was like, sure, he knows what he's talking about.
Before I let him speak, same thing happened to me. So I see the guys also pushing and he's doing his thing. I also met him actually through Jesse. I know they were friends at from football. And so I said to him, bruh, I need to diversify this portfolio. I need to start making some money. What do I do? He's like, okay, Zex, when do you want to meet? What time must I be there? And he literally drove to my house and we were sitting there at the restaurant and we were actually talking about it. He said, okay, bruh, the best thing to do is to open your account now so you can start making money now. And he said, do you want me to show you how this thing works? I'm like, yeah. He's like, okay, let me open my account. So he does this thing on his IG where he opens his real account and he shows only green, bro. Only green. And he says, you see, bro, your account can look like this also. And then that's when I started actually trading with our guest today. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for none other than Mr. Don Julius.
Nah, just on that point, bro, like, I've even gotten, like, if we're gonna be talking about trading, there's no questions asked. We're opening up a trading account now and we're going into business right now. It's like I've gotten to that point. Like there's no use in even wasting time. I don't know if it's the confidence or what. But
I just push the mic a little bit closer.
we're gonna be going. We're gonna be diving into everything. I'm gonna be showing everyone how we're gonna be getting that 100% trade success rate. I'm going to be showing everyone the key pointers, the key fundamentals, the key aspects that we're going to be focusing on in order to secure this 100% trade success rate. When you get to that point, when you wake up in the morning and you know that, you realize that every single day you're moving closer towards your goal of either being a multimillionaire or billionaire, it's like, why waste time? If we're going to meet up and it's time to actually discuss the business, we're going to go straight into it. We're opening up a live account. We're trading on that exact same day. We're making that money. I'm not too sure if it's the confidence, but you guys will be the judge.
No,
today.
but this,
I'm going to take it up on you guys. We're going to do a live trading session within this podcast session itself.
So this is obviously the Inside Show podcast, and so Don called me last night. He's like, Zex, I want to do something crazy on the show. I'm like, what, bro? He's like, nah, bro, I want to open up like just a naked chart and press go live and actually see what happens. And so the confidence is there, and so that's what happened. We opened a account for me. You started the trades, and within the day, I phoned you back. I was like, bruh, did you already do something? He's like, yeah, bro, go to your trade history. And there was already 3 trades made, bro, on Microsoft. And they were all pushing and they were all pushing out.
Like,
all 3 of them were green,
we're
bro.
not looking to waste time. Time is limited. It's a precious commodity out here.
I think we should change that name from Sinner Don to Mr. 100%.
100% trade
100%.
success.
Let me paint that thing quickly. Most definitely, bro. That sounds good already.
And so a lot of people out there is like, and we had a conversation the other day, and there was somebody saying, yeah, sometimes you lose and what, and Don's looking at us so thinking, yeah, bro, I haven't lost in a while. I don't know what you're talking about. But just to start off, where we ended off the last show, there was a day, bro, that Microsoft crashed. And you lost $1 million. Tell us about that.
Always.
Tell us about that
People
day,
like
bro.
the saucy things.
People like the sauce. They want to hear the sauce.
100% trade success rate, we can hit it all day long, right? But if you're looking to push the envelope and you're not looking to wait and give that extra, say, a few weeks to a month to even a period of a few months, and you want to be making those few millies right now, you're going to do something which is up your leverage. If you can up your leverage and you can put it to a high enough extent, you're going to be coming up with such a big bag, like you won't believe your eyes. You're going to have to withdraw that cash, hold it in your hands, and you're going to be like, yo, this thing is real. This thing is real. So that's exactly what I was doing on that day. I was like, today, 100% trade success rate. There's no reason why I should play. And that was literally the point where I pushed the envelope to its full extent. And it does come out to that point. I knew exactly how much I was risking. I knew exactly what I was willing to risk. But if we're looking at 100% trade success rate and we want to be making money consistently and every single day, I won't be pushing the envelope like that.
Like that.
But
Also the market crashed that day, right?
100%. It crashed that day. Markets crash on a general basis from 10%, 30% to 50% has ever been the max drop that the overall stock market has absolutely ever seen. That only happens every 3 years to 5 years to 10 years. So that was around about 15% drop. Overall, Microsoft had a 20% drop over the entire Corona period, and then escalated again and we made that money back.
And so you made that money back, and I remember you went live onto your IG again, and you were like, all right, so let me just show you, I'm back. I'm back.
We're making this cash again.
But I think that's the one positive. Okay, you can't say it's a positive. It was COVID and everything. But when market crashes, the good thing is it always tends to pick up.
Yeah.
Always.
Time.
My motto literally is, if markets are crashing, you're getting discounted prices.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't want to walk into an Apple store and be like, okay, Apple iPhones are going for 10 grand right now.
Yeah.
Let's go in and buy these things. That's exactly what you're looking on the stock market.
Okay.
If things are dropping to a lower price, we
You want to get in
We're
there.
going in.
So Don, so you recovered from that thing times 3. I know you
100%,
bounced off big time from that, and you didn't crash your whole account. It was a big drop.
A small percentage.
Yeah, it was a drop, but you recovered from it, and like you said, 3 times over, you recovered from it. We got Safiso online. Guys, again, if you want to comment online, you want to say something, please do jump on. Safiso says, a big up to my mentor, Mr. Don.
The man knows it. The man knows it.
I'm so proud to say that I am your number 1 trend effects.
Sorry to break your word there. I'm just stuck with how he says a small percentage. I lost a small percentage of my account.
And a million rand is not a small percentage. but that's the thing, right? And so that happened. The question is, and a lot of people are sitting out there. Some people lost jobs. I'm talking about real life situation. I'm talking about somebody watching the show right now, thinking, "Hey, bro, I lost my job. Corona happened. They closed down things. They locked down things. I was running around trying to just make ends meet." And that was part of the reason I came to you. I was like, "Hey, bro, I can't continue having this kind of hand-to-mouth attitude of like, whatever comes, I eat it, and then when I'm done eating it, and then it's done, and then I can't recover from that." And then I came to you, I said, "Bro, how do we do this where what comes in is more than what has to go out?" And you said, "Okay, Zex, this is what we're going to do." I want you to, now there's 64 people live right now, bro. 64 people literally watching right now as we speak. And some of them might be sitting there saying, some of them still might be staying at home with the folks. Some of them might be trying to just pay off a car. Some of them might be just trying to pay off a house or whatever it is. Some of them are in debt, bro, just trying to recover from that. What do we say, guys? The first step to start getting out of this hole and start seeing some quality returns. Take us on this journey, bro.
Yeah, so like we say, COVID was not a pleasant experience for absolutely no one, right? If you're looking at going into the financial markets, that's exactly where you want to be. In the next 2 to 3 years, I see everyone actually being able to be in this, having the opportunity of actually being able to trade their own capital, or at least have someone, or at least copy someone's trades. That's like the term that's going right now. Copy someone's trades. Someone else is going to be doing the trading for you, and you can simply just sit back, relax, and enjoy the profits. So that's exactly what we're going to be looking to focus on within this session. I'm going to be dropping my 4 key aspects that I focus on in terms of inflation, in terms of rising of prices, in terms of making this thing guaranteed for me every single time. So that's exactly what we're going to go through for the session. I organized around about the 20 slide show that we're going to be going through. And it is at an aspect of we just need to retain that attention just for those 20 slides. And like we say, it's going to be counting down. It's going to be around about 15 minutes that we're going to go through these slides. And when we get through this, we're going live. I'm going to be trading NAS 100 and we're doing 100% trade success rate. I'm so confident at this point, like someone can literally come behind me, close my eyes, and I will still trade 100% trade success rate. Like that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing these days.
Okay, so Don's going to take us through his steps of success, right? And at the end of these steps, we're going live on NAS. So if you're watching right now and you want to see us go live on NAS with a 100% success rate, what you want to be doing is just focusing right now. Maybe grab a pen and a paper, or grab your phone, open up the notes section, jot down a couple of thoughts, jot down a couple of these points here, and we're going to go. So you say you start off with 4 major points that you usually put in front of you before you enter a trade, or just your mindset, the mind you put yourself into.
It's the exact knowledge needed,
okay,
to show you, have you wake up in the morning and know this thing is guaranteed for you. That's the exact 4 pointers that you need to know.
So take us through those points.
Before we go through that, what I actually wanted to touch on is, let's go through the results. Let's show you what these 4 pointers, understanding these 4 pointers, being able to perfect these 4 pointers can do for you. Let's go through, let's check out the results. Let's look at the money first. With you as well, you on our go-to copy trader system. Yeah. Let's look at that 100% trade success rate. This is like, it's not a myth type of thing. It's not like we're pulling something out of nowhere.
No, so Don calls me.
Let's go through it.
So I say to Don, bro, look here, man, I need to start seeing some sort of success here. And he opens up his account, right? His MT5. So he opens up his MT5, he scrolls through it, and he says, Zex, look at us, bro. All green. And that's how I can prove to you 100% success rate. And so I say to him, okay, bruh, let me jump onto the TrendFX auto copy trade system, right? He says, okay, Zex, this is what you do. Here's the link. And by the way, for everyone watching, jump onto my link. I must put my link here. My affiliate link here. And so he opens it up for me. And you can zoom into this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the last 5 trades taken. Jay, if you want to zoom into these. And so Don can do this and keep scrolling for days. And he even says, it's a real account.
Let me open up my face as well.
And Don can do this where he says, let me scroll, let me keep scrolling. Okay, you do the nice one. You see, I only have 5 here. Go.
Dark mode. Okay, let's go through the laptop version, bro.
Yeah, go through the laptop
version. Set
version.
up on the screen as well.
Okay, let's go. Are you there, Jay? Take us, bro.
Okay, so we're looking at my trading platform. Like you guys mentioned before the show, this thing looks ancient. Anyone that's first being introduced to the platform, for me, this is probably going to be your hardest obstacle. You're going to have to actually start to understand some sort of software that is actually going on right here. You're going to have to understand tools. And actually, honestly, you don't even need to understand these tools, right? I'm going to take you guys, and when we go through the live trading session, you're going to see I'm not going to use any tools. I can literally get to a point where we can go to chart settings. I can make this entire chart fully blank. We don't need no chart analysis. All you need to be able to understand is the 4 key aspects I'm going to be giving you within this session. Let's go through it. So right now we're looking at my current positions. We're looking at profit. This is the key factor that we want to be looking at, profit. Are we actually generating capital from what exactly we are doing? Right now you can see position. So when we look at symbol, we're going to look at these key factors. We're going to be looking at the symbol column, and then we're going to be looking at the profit column. You can see that I'm invested into Microsoft. I have a small investment on Amazon, another on Microsoft, Alibaba again, Apple shares. I'm invested in Apple shares. I'm invested in Microsoft again. I'm invested in Facebook. If we look at the overall profits, we're looking at $11,000. We're looking at $4,800, $4,700, $36, $33, $180.
Jay, are you zooming into that, bro?
$1,800,
Try and see if you can get that.
$1, $2, $2, $5. These small trades are actually like just the trades that, you know, when we have our online mentorship and I'm just throwing out, you know, something small for the team just to be like, this is exactly how you do it. I'm going to show you, we're going to go and click on buy together, and this is exactly where you're going to actually be starting off from. And these are like, I leave these trades to run because I know it's still going to generate a profit for me being on my platform. This is the open positions that we have right now. We also have a tally. So all of these are my open investments that I have within the financial market right now. We have a tally of my balance. My balance currently is sitting on $166,000. That's plus minus 2,400,000.
Let me figure that out. What did you say?
Get the calculators.
Let's get the calculators. Jay, zoom into this calculator here. What did you say? 100 and what?
$166,000.
166,000, eh? What's the exchange rate? 60?
Just say, I think 15 maybe.
15 rounded off.
Let me round it off to 15. Okay, sure. That's 2.490.
2.4. Yeah. We can bring it lower. Let's round it off to the lower margins. You know, let's not. Yeah. Let's go at the profit. Current profit that I'm running in right now is $19,000.
We're
going to round it off to the downside. You know, if the decimals are going higher, we bring it down even.
19,000, we times it by what? 15.
Times about 15.
We bring it down to 285,000.
That's profit floating.
Floating profits. If I decided markets, for stock markets, US companies are going to be opening up at 4:30 later today. If I wanted to bag, that's slightly, we can round it off to 280,000 Rand. If I wanted to bag that today, withdraw it and have that capital in my bank account tomorrow, all I simply have to do is go and close these investments and issue a withdrawal through my online platform, and bam, it's in the bank account. That's how simple and easy this is. So these are my current positions. Right now, I'm going to take you guys through a 100% trade success rate. This is my history right now. If we go through my full account history, we're looking at, once again, total profit. We can go through the symbols. I can show you what I've been investing into. This is not something that is rocket science or that is a myth or something that needs to be hidden from the public at all. We can literally open our portfolio and we can show you exactly what you want to see. Current profit. So first transaction we're going to see on the trading account is going to be the deposit. So I went through, made a deposit through Ozo. I deposited $150,000. If you want to do quick math, we can go through and we can do this all single day long, you know. $150,000, and then this is what we want to be looking at. Positive figures. So these are the fees that I'm being charged, right? But the fees are nowhere near what I'm actually making on these investments. So you'll see there's negatives and there's positives. We want to be looking under the profit section. So we can see we made a $900 here, $200, $52,000, $1,000, $200, and the list goes on and on and on. All these trades are 100% trade success rate. You can start to see the gains become bigger as the account size becomes bigger. More money that we're basically generating in the financial market actually gives us the ability to be able to purchase into more share prices. We're looking at around about $3,000, $1,000, $1,000, the list goes on. $9,000 closed on Microsoft. Tesla, I closed a good investment on Tesla. We're looking at another $1,600. And then we're going through, I made a a transfer, an internal transfer to another trading account. We're going to be doing another challenge. I want to show you how small you can start with a trading account with, and we want to be taking this to much larger margins. So definitely stay tuned. That is definitely coming up. We're looking at $100 transaction. So right here, we're looking at $100 transaction. So it's IT internal transfer to this trading account, $100 transaction, and then here's the, the cream of the crop. When the work has been put in. And then you see that transaction that says net bank out $20,000. So I just issued a nice withdrawal just to show everyone, this is exactly what we're doing. We generate
Did you say $20,000?
$20,000. Quick math, we're looking at again. What are we looking at? Just below around about 300,000 rand.
I'm not too sure.
Wait, bruh, I also did maths. Let me just go. You said 20, nah?
$20,000.
We times it by 15. That's 300,000 rand.
There we go. So total profit that we've actually generated. So this is around about the 5-month period, right? Within a month already, I made half of this portfolio. We went on holiday from November, December, took it off a little bit. And then January came back, we made another $18,000. So yeah, we're looking at total profit. We're looking at $36,000. $36,000. What are we looking at? Quick math. Round it off. $36,000. We're looking at $500,000.
Yeah, we're looking at 540.
$500,000 profit made. We're looking at around about the 300,000 rand withdrawal. And we're looking at a total deposit of 150,000. I'm still trading with the balance that I've actually deposited into my account.
So what did you start with though? What did you start with?
Because I think $150,000.
$150,000.
There we go.
But that's a lot. That's a big start.
That is a big start. But I've been doing this for a while, So it's not at a point where I'm coming in with a small account. I did start at that point where I was going in with smaller lot sizes, starting with a 3,000 rand balance, and we all start at some point. And this is like sort of learning a new language. If I really wanted to, it's not even to that point where it's that difficult. If I give you these 3 or 4 key aspects and I just give you slight knowledge on how to use the platform, you're going to have 100% trade success rate exactly the same as I do.
Okay, so there's somebody watching here.
Yeah.
That starting an account on 5,000 rand.
There we go. Yeah.
All right. And so this person's watching, they're seeing these numbers, or starting an account like they can only afford maybe 3 grand or something. They're seeing these numbers. What? Let's start from the ground now. What do you tell this person now? Because look, you've already
5,
been in it for a long time.
Yeah.
You've already built these amounts, and I think anyone in their right mind will want to see this kind of traffic on they open their phones or open their computers and see this kind of traffic. Anybody would want to see that. But in your case, you've been in the game for a while, you understand the game, and you have those big amounts to be able to juggle with. Somebody else, they're working a day job, the best they can come up with is like 2-3 grand, 5 grand for the most if they go and borrow or sell something or whatever. Take somebody like that and say, okay, right, this is what you can do to start, because we know this is not a get rich overnight kind of thing. You're not going to become a millionaire tomorrow, but at least give us the knowledge to say that, look, you need the patience, you need the consistency, you need whatever it is that you need to build that 5,000 rand to 10,000, to build that 10 to 20, to compound that. How do we? I'm just speaking on behalf of somebody that may be watching, that only has a bit of money that they want to jump in, as opposed to just starting with like $1 million or something.
Let's do it. So we have 2 key aspects. You're either going to be so I do an auto copy trader system. You can automatically copy the trades in my trading account, and this system automatically copies the trades into your trading account. It's literally at a point where you're opening up a trading account, sitting back and seeing the profits flow in. That's exactly what that system is. Secondly, if you want to be going in and actually learning how to trade, this is exactly what we're looking at. So starting with the 5,000 rand, we need to understand this is guaranteed. I'm going to give you these 4 key aspects. I'm going to show you exactly how to use the platform, and I'm going to teach about leverage. Leverage is the golden key to having 100% trade success rate. There's a lot of retail traders in South Africa that do not even understand the meaning of leverage, and that's literally our golden key. With these 4 aspects, golden key of leverage, and then you're actually looking at the platform, I just need to give you key aspects of just how to take a trade. That way you just need to know where's the buy button.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Before you jump into that, we got questions. We got questions here. We got Shaquille asking, Shaquille Bassett asking, what stock trades do you recommend for a new trader? That's one question. The second, we got Shannon asking, which broker is suggested by you, Mr. Don? taking into consideration of what happened to JP markets?
Okay, so first addressing Microsoft is our golden child within our era. We're looking at the top 5 companies in the world. You need to be focusing on our golden children that we're basically looking at.
The ones that
Need to
give you
understand,
results.
Yeah, these ones, they'll probably fade out towards the future dependent on how they're going to be able to evolve
Keep
with
up,
the
yeah.
economy, keep up with the economy as we go along. But you need to understand there was golden children. There was a golden child back in, say, early 2000. In 1990s, early 1990s, there's always golden children, golden investments that you want to be storing your capital.
So we're looking at
towards.
Microsoft.
And it's these 4 key aspects. If we go over these 4 key aspects and you can actually understand it, you can fathom these 4 key aspects, you'll be able to understand why this is guaranteed.
And the second question, which one would you consider going with, considering the JP markets story?
Okay, so broker, what broker are we looking at?
Yeah.
Current brokers that I'm using right now is Veracity Markets. They offer good variety of financial instruments in order to invest into. That's one. Secondly, we have an auto copy trader system on AvidTrade. So Veracity Markets, AvidTrade. Those are the 2 brokers I'm using right now. If you want a third, you can go to FXTM. Those are the ones that I have for you.
Okay, cool. All right, so take us through our points, bro.
Let's go, bro. Let's go. So key pointers right now. I'm going to break it down and we're going to start off with this key phrase. We need to understand that inflation is guaranteed. What exactly is inflation? Inflation is the rising of prices. And we always say this key phrase. If you can trade inflation,
You become a millionaire.
And you can simply invest into appreciating assets. That's all you need to be focusing on. We need to understand that inflation is guaranteed. And then I'm going to ask you a question. If inflation isn't guaranteed, and we're actually trading inflation, does that mean it's guaranteed that we're going to be making those profits? No. When we start throwing words like guaranteed in financial markets, woo, it's power, bro. I remember, and I really hold this key to me. You gave me those 5 key aspects that you need to be, perfecting, having a well-balanced life, right? And you need to be perfecting, one, your financial aspect in life, your spiritual, and the list goes on. 5 key aspects,
Family,
right?
relationships, all
Yeah.
this.
If you can understand everything that we're going to be giving you within this session, and you just be able to fathom it, refine it, literally you're working towards balancing that financial aspect, and then you just need to be working on those other key aspects like you mentioned.
The family,
Drop it for us,
spiritual.
bro. Yo, I love
Yeah,
that.
so we got the family. The family aspect, obviously, that needs to be nice and strong. The spiritual aspect needs to be strong also, like who you believe in, how you believe.
Yeah.
Then I said family, spiritual, relationship with others, people around you.
Financial.
The financial one is the big one, is the one we're focusing on today. And what's the other one? I forgot it. The health one.
The health.
The health.
100%,
So you want to
100%.
be healthy, you want to make sure that you eat right, you
100%.
jog, you do your things that you need to do. And once you can balance those 5 elements, you should have a nice, healthy life. And that's from my dad's book, actually, Dr. Carl Hendricks, which that book is.
It's brilliant,
on
bro.
sale.
It's brilliant. And you mentioned to me, make your circle to that point where you have key individuals that are helping you perfect those 5 key aspects in your life, and you have a well-balanced life, a perfected life, right? And on my side, you filling out that spiritual aspect in my life, you falling into that category, bro. Financially, I'm falling into that
To my
category for
category,
you.
yeah.
So, I just wanted to drop that on because I've been preaching about that one, bro. It's a quality one. Key phrases, key aspects. But let's dive into these 4 key aspects. Right now, we're looking at inflation is guaranteed. I'm going to give you 4 aspects that causes inflation. Firstly, we need to understand that inflation is the rising of prices. So let's go through. I have a nice slide here for everyone. I took this off the internet. As soon as I saw it, I was like, wow, this is power. I need to drop this in my groups. This explains everything that we've been saying about inflation, right? The key phrasing at the top, it says, silently robbing you of your purchasing power since 1913. Why 1913? Because we need to understand that everything in the world is compared to a currency. If you go to the grocery store, there's a price tag on it. And what is that price tag? It's a currency. If you're looking to buy shares online, it's a currency. If you're looking to buy anything in the world, any service that you're looking to take up, it's compared to a currency. But that started in 1913. Before 1913, we had something called the gold standard, where everything was actually linked to gold. Gold has a point to maintain value very well, because we do know that it's a mineral that is limited on Earth. As it's being mined, supply is increasing, but it's going to get a point where gold is fully mined and supply will stay constant and demand will go up, thus causing other things to fluctuate very heavily. So, they actually noticed this. We need to understand that there's very powerful people in the world that actually, discovered everything for us financially, and they discovered that linking everything towards gold is not the way to go. We want to be seeing our money appreciate without us doing anything. So what they did was all goods, services, everything that you purchase is now linked to currency, and the true value of currency is zero. Meaning that no matter how long you on earth, what you're doing in your life, what key phrases and aspects you believe in, you need to understand that currency has a true value of zero. And it comes from the aspect of anything that can be replicated at will has a true value of zero. So if we have laptops, say an Apple laptop within this room, and we have 100 guys wanting this laptop, right? The demand is high for this. But now if we have 1 million laptops in this room, and people are even getting to a point where we're stepping on these laptops, the way the supply is so much, a laptop is nothing then. We don't have a value for a laptop right now. If we can start working on laptops, it's just a piece of rubbish that's just laying on the floor. There's no value to it. So we need to understand anything that can be replicated at will and freely and as easily as currency has a true value of zero. And this image will depict exactly that. So let's have a look at this image. We're looking at 1998. So the image is going to start from 1998. We see a full trolley of groceries. And this was actually in dollar value. So I just converted this for everyone quickly. So I converted this to rand. So we have 300 rand in 1998 could buy you a whole trolley of groceries. We know it's not like that today. Yes, this is the good life. Then we're looking at in 2005, we see the trolley gets less. Now we're looking at half a trolley. Yeah. We're looking at 300 rand. And that 300 rand is still called the 300 rand, but the key thing that you need to understand about the currency is it has less buying power. 300 rand can do less in today's time. Then we go to 2014. 300 rand can literally buy you, what is this? Like three detergent? Things. I think this is 3 things. What is this?
Milli-meal,
dishwasher, milli-meal. What is that? A packet of soap? Who knows? So that's exactly what 300 rand is going to buy. If you go to the store, you're probably going to come out with 3 very minor small products. And I love using this phrase as well. Who remembers back in the day, we used to hear stories of our grannies always saying, back in my day, I used to buy a loaf of bread for 14 cents or 50 cents. What can 50 cents buy you in today's time?
Maybe sweets if you're lucky.
If you're lucky, bro, not even.
It's 1 rand now.
Not even. So we need to understand that 50 cents in our grandparents' days could buy a loaf of bread. 50 cents. But in today's time, it's still called the 50 cents. 100%, it's still called the 50 cents. But the buying power is there. 50 cents can buy you absolutely nothing today. That's the exact same thing that's going to happen with 100 rand. You have 100 rand in your pocket. 100 rand can buy you maybe, 2-liter Cokes and a loaf of bread. That's 100 rand. I'm literally saying this to a point where in the next 5 years to 10 years, 100 rand can buy you maybe a third of that. Or maybe even it's going to get to a point where it's nothing. Because inflation is actually escalating to an exponential rate. And these four key aspects is going to explain inflation to you. And like we say, if you can trade inflation, you'll become a millionaire. And you can simply invest into appreciating assets. The last thing you want to do is store your wealth in currency, because currency is going down the gutter. We need to understand that currency is moving closer to the value of zero every single day. So let's go through these slides.
So just for the record, for those watching, if you can just follow where Don's going with this, there's actually a point that he's making. So before we go live on that trade, we're actually working towards this point.
Yes.
And so he's explaining now the inflation, explaining that the value of money is actually nothing. So what he's saying is, in reality, is that what you want to do is investing in something that's busy making money instead of losing money.
Exactly.
And that's where we're going now.
These 4 key aspects, and me just having the perfected knowledge of leverage and being able to use this platform, I'm going to be able to close my eyes. Within the next 15 minutes, I'm going to be able to close my eyes and we can trade NAS with 100% trade success rate. We're literally saying it's at that point. We need to understand these 4 key aspects. Right now, we're looking at inflation. So I'm simply saying, let's grasp one thing from this entire inflation scenario. Inflation is the rising of prices. Prices rising. And alternatively, it actually means that 50 rand will not be able to buy you whatever it can buy in today's time. So 50 rand is moving close to the value of zero. True value of currency is zero. Let's take that concept. Right now, let's go into the next one. So inflation is guaranteed. We're going to cover the first concept, and the first concept is higher demand. We need to understand that there's constantly higher demand for absolutely everything in the world. The current world population is around about 7.8 billion. Births this year is already at 14 million. The population has grown this year. How long has the year actually been? It's been a month.
It's been 2 months. Yeah, a month and a half.
Not even a month and a half is yet. It's not even a month and a half yet. And the net population growth this year is already by 8 million. Last year, the world's population grew by around about 50 million. Not even around. 54 million people the world's population grew by last year. That's the size of South Africa. Imagine having another South Africa every single year. And it's not just South Africa, it's growing at an exponential rate. Why? Because babies are having babies now. It's getting to that point. Population is growing. That means people are growing up. They're coming out of varsity. Higher demand for real estate. There's more demand for food. These mouths need to be fed. We cannot feed them on love and fresh air.
People must
They
eat.
need beef. They need all of these things. People need to eat. People need water. People need electricity. There's more demand for absolutely everything in the world. Every single day, every single week, month, year. So what does that causes? It causes higher demand. There's a golden rule. Higher demand compared to supply causes inflation. Okay, so this is one of the key aspects, demand. We need to understand that demand is guaranteed. The world's population is growing every single year. We're literally saying this is one of the key pointers. Demand is guaranteed. Inflation then is guaranteed. Let's go to the next one. Inflation is guaranteed, which is the rising of prices. Let's look at interest rates. So now we're going to dive deeper into this. We need to understand interest rates. Interest rates is a part of monetary policy. It's a tool used by governments, by reserve banks, an artificial tool that us as human beings created in order to create inflation. Ooh, now we're getting to power. We're even saying that, inflation is already guaranteed. And now then we as man went ahead and made another tool to say we want more inflation. Because what are the rich doing in the world? The rich are storing their money into real estate. The rich do not store their wealth in currency. That's the last thing you ever want to do. The rich are storing their wealth in real estate, stocks, commodities, anything that has a price tag. They're storing it into the other thing besides the price tag. If it's currency, I'm telling you, they're not storing their money in currency. So this is a tool used, and I'm going to explain this tool real quick. So we're looking at interest rates. I'm going to explain this tool. This is exactly how this man-made tool works. If interest rates goes up, so we have the ability to control the interest rates past. We can lift interest rates or we can push down interest rates. So if interest rates is at 2%, we can take it to 2.1% by us simply saying, listen here, this monetary policy, we will take it to 2.1% and we can do it, freely without any repercussions. You can say we're changing interest rates. So we need to understand it's a man-made tool. So this is exactly what this tool does. When we lift interest rates, this is not bringing down inflation. Can you see that we're looking at interest rates right here? This is not bringing down inflation. We're saying that inflation is guaranteed. It's already a given. We're going to have inflation. This is slowing down the rate of inflation. This is basically saying if inflation is too fast, if the rising of prices is too fast, if the loaf of bread is rising too fast, if a loaf of bread is 15 rand and then all of a sudden tomorrow it's 16 rand and then next week it's 100 rand, that is inflation increasing way too fast. It's way too expensive for anyone to sustain living within that economy. Then they've discovered a monetary policy tool in order to slow down inflation, but it can also be used in the opposite way. So we're simply saying that inflation is already guaranteed. You're going to be making money on investing into anything besides currency. Stocks, commodities, indices, indexes, you need to drop your money into that stuff. We're looking at interest rates. If the reserve banks increase interest rates, we're slowing down inflation, but the vice versa also happens, and they do this for key pointers. When there's weak points in economies, people don't like losing money. You need to understand the world's richest have that exact same concept. They always want to be making more money. It's very clear. So when we have weak economical points or industrial points, or anything is weak within the economy, the reserve banks have this tool where they can bring down interest rates, which will boost inflation, which will continue to have our investments increase at a very fast rate. So that's exactly what you're seeing on your chart. You're seeing that interest rates are being risen. When they're taking up interest rates, things are booming within the economy. We're making a lot of money. We're making a lot of money from stocks, commodities, indices, all of these instruments besides currency. The world's richest people in the world, they're taking the money from currency, investing into these assets. And then we can see the reserve banks will also increase interest rates because they know that there are sometimes weak patches within the economy. When a weak patch does come within the economy, the reserve banks will then drop interest rates in order to make sure we still make money. Yeah, imagine that. Imagine the economy is doing so weak that they drop interest rates in order to make sure that we're making this money, bro. To make sure that we're making this money. So that's exactly what happened now with the coronavirus period, right? We had global economic growth for even longer than this period, around about 2008. 2007 was the last global recession. We can see that we have a standard point right here, and we had massive growth from around about 2008 up until coronavirus. And you can see the growth was so good that prices were rising too fast. They were basically saying, we're making too much money, guys. Slow it down. People are going to become suspicious. We're becoming too rich too fast. And that's exactly what was happening. So then the Reserve Bank will increase interest rates to slow down growth. Just slow it down a little bit. They're not saying we want to stop growth. They're not saying we want to stun it. They're just slowing it down so it doesn't become too suspicious. And that's exactly what happened. They're increasing interest rates for whenever a period like coronavirus does happen. They have this tool where they can drop interest rates from around about 2.3, 2.4% down to near zero. So the interest rates for the Reserve Bank in the US, I'm trading US shares right now. So we're looking at US interest rates. But this exact graph, it's similar all around the world because all reserve banks do the exact same thing. It's a very powerful tool. During the coronavirus period, we saw that now recession's coming in, the slow of growth is coming in. Reserve banks deliberately went ahead and they dropped interest rates from around about 2.3% down to 0.25%. And can you see this massive drop? Mm-hmm. What happens when you see this massive drop? It means we're bringing back prices. It means we're not losing money, guys. Buy these shares, buy these stocks, buy real estate. Why? Because we've dropped interest rates so low in order to boost inflation.
You made it cheaper. You put it on sale for us.
Yeah. They literally did that. They made sure that we make the money within this market. So the first concept we went over was demand. World's population is always more demand. Second concept right now is interest rates. We're saying that we have the ability to also control inflation as a man-made tool. So if it's at a point where the world's population is not doing it for us or the demand is not doing it for us, we're going to go ahead and make it happen for us. And that's exactly what is seen when we have the scores, right? Like I say, Microsoft is our baby right now. Before Microsoft, there was other babies and other companies that were regarded as our babies like Ford and other powerful companies. Right now, the top 5 companies in the world is Apple, Microsoft, Samsung, and the list goes on, right? So this is one of our babies right now. And we can see the immense amount of growth just coming through from around about 2015 time. And we're literally hitting record highs almost every single day, every single week, every single month.
Every time we see green, it's Microsoft.
Bro, like I say, on the auto copy trader system, you know that we're just taking that position. Next week, we're making money on that stuff already. It's literally at that point. It's guaranteed. So right now, we can see one of our babies, one of the companies that, we're eating right now. We're literally having a feast. We're going to go into the third aspect that makes this guaranteed for us, which is quantitative easing. Now, a key concept of quantitative easing goes as follows. Quantitative easing is actually counterfeiting if me and you are going to do it. But if the Reserve Bank is going to do it, it's called quantitative easing. Quantitative easing is literally just a replication of currency. It's the printing of more paper money. So if there's so many notes to a certain amount of value within the economy, the Reserve Bank has the power to replenish those notes and even print more from nowhere. From who say? Why are we printing more money? No one needs to say, no, this is the benchmark. The currency needs to be at this value. We need to keep it at this point. Reserve banks can literally print out more money, and all they're simply doing is giving it to banks, and banks are giving it to you as a loan. And literally that money is coming from absolutely nowhere. Now we know the more money coming into the economy is simply making your rand, your dollar, your currency going closer to the value of zero. What happened to Zimbabwe?
Yeah.
Zimbabwe did quantitative easing to such a high extent that the Zimbabwean dollar right now is equivalent to zero. Okay, they don't even use Zimbabwean dollars right now. They need to use US dollars. The way their currency is so down the gutter, it's so useless at this point. And it's because of quantitative easing. quantitative easing is another man-made tool in order to ensure inflation. The rich are getting richer. Why? Because they're making themselves richer. Besides the aspect of the world's population growing, they also have these tools in order to make sure that inflation increases.
They crook the system.
The system is crooked already. We're gonna look at
on board.
I'm telling you. I want to take you guys into an article quickly. I did this research. I found a nice article on quantitative easing.
Before you go, guys who are watching, is that still making sense for you? Is that still working out for you? Because I see the numbers lifting there. We're on 76. I hope this is making sense for you. And again, like we said, if you can follow what Don is explaining here, we're gonna trade a live NAS like just now. But it's just taking
next 10 minutes.
It's taking us to the build-up of actually executing this trade.
Is there a blindfold up in the studio? No, guys, we're gonna blindfold. I'm gonna be taking NAS 100 trades blindfolded, no chart, absolutely nothing, and we're gonna still come out with 100% trade success.
So it's just taking us all the way to that point where we're gonna execute this trade. All right. So you found the article. Invested. If you are watching, please do subscribe to our channel. It would be nice for you to just subscribe. Stay in tune. We're gonna have Don again. This is the second time we're having
to the channel. This is powerful stuff. And literally for free. I'm only dropping it on this YouTube channel.
Exactly.
Definitely.
And the second time we're having Don. So again, subscribe, and then we'll let you know when we do Money Matters again. But so you found the article. That's what is this? The quantitative
So we're
easing.
looking at this is quantitative easing. If you go to Google right now, and you can even type in Zimbabwe quantitative easing, you'll see this article from Investopedia, a very reliable source of information. And this is just the basics of the definition of quantitative easing. Now already I know the aspect of, educating anyone on anything financial, simplified immediately. So that's exactly what I went through and did. This is the exact same article. So we're looking at the exact same article. All I simply did was I just highlighted the key factors that you need to know within this article. Right now, we're looking at the basics, which is Investopedia. We're looking at the definition of quantitative easing. So this is the definition of quantitative easing. We're going to go through this. Increase the amount of credit available to borrowers. To make that happen, a central bank issues new money, essentially creating it from nothing. That's exactly what reserve banks do. They do something called quantitative easing. If me and you do it, it's counterfeiting. You see, me and you want to print our own money, we're going to jail. But you need to understand the reserve banks do this on a constant basis. You see what's the new form of quantitative easing right now is coming in the form of stimulus packages. The US is receiving stimulus packages of 2 trillion, 1 trillion year, another 2 trillion year, and no one knows where this money is coming from. They're always saying, no, it's coming from our archives. No, and the argument is always, how is it possible that it's 2 trillion? How is this so much money?
And new money from the archives.
Yeah, money from what archives? Where are these archives located? Give me the address. And they literally, how anything happens, a story comes up, bam, we forget about this. But you need to understand that $2 trillion is now about to be filtered into the US economy again. We're pushing for this $2 trillion stimulus package is about to be issued in the US again. What does that mean for us? That's basically going to mean inflation. Let's go through this article.
And if you can trade inflation.
If you can trade inflation. No, we're about to make money right now. So we're looking at this. It's basically quantitative easing is the replication of currency from nowhere. It's like pulling money out of the sky. The reserve banks don't even need trees. They're pulling it out of the air. See the air that we're breathing? That's the reserve bank is pulling the money out of the air. That's how good these guys are. So the next point of this article says, ideally, the cash the banks receive for the assets can then be loaned to borrowers. So the reserve banks print the cash, they give it to the banks, and the banks receive for the assets can then loan this cash out to borrowers, making it easier to obtain loans. So they're making it easier for the economy to obtain loans, right? So they're literally putting money into people's pockets, money that they took from the air, they're putting in your pockets, and you need to pay interest on this, right? So then
they're making money from the air.
They're making money from the air.
Out of your pocket, and they're calling it interest.
Exactly. This article then goes to say interest rates will drop. So when interest rates drop, that's the key factor already. Interest rates will drop, and consumers and businesses will borrow and spend. So there's already two key factors. Interest rates. When interest rates drop, inflation goes up. What is inflation? The rising of prices. What does that mean? If you can trade inflation, you're going to become a millionaire. I'm literally saying this. Interest rates will drop. When interest rates drop, inflation goes up. The next key aspect is saying consumers and businesses will borrow and spend. So more spending. What is more spending? That's higher demand. That's more demand for real estate. That's more demand for food, electricity, absolutely everything. And when there's more demand, that means inflation is going up.
Because people have money to spend.
People have money to spend. When people are spending, the prices are rising.
Buyer's market.
Exactly. So then the last part of this article, it says increased consumption, which increases the demand for goods and services. It literally says absolutely everything within an article that is around about 2-3 sentences. Imagine explaining quantitative easing, such a hectic, hefty term, but explaining it within 2-3 sentences. And this is literally saying, listen, if you're trading inflation, you'll become a millionaire. And you can simply invest into appreciating assets. No, I'm going to paint it this time.
You have to paint it that way. You like that phrase.
I know, that's the phrase. So right now, we're going into the fourth concept right now, right?
Which is the final one on this
The final one. The final one, we're going through, get me a blindfold, we're trading NAS 100 with 100% trade success rate. We're looking at inflation is guaranteed, rising of prices. Number 4, companies doing better. So the 4 concept that will also ensure that we just make this money. It's just the overall company. If the overall company is doing better within the economy, that is also going to ensure that we make this money. So we're going to be looking at a company like Amazon. Amazon, a company that you can sort of relate this with is Alibaba. So Amazon, the Chinese version, or in China, they have a company called Alibaba, does exactly the same what Amazon does. In South Africa, we have a company called Takealot that does exactly the same. How hefty were we using Takealot during quarantine? We were like ordering absolutely everything that we could. And that's where the world is headed. The world is headed towards online, and you need to understand these concepts. If you can understand that these companies are making more money during COVID, they're making more money during lockdowns. And overall, when we come out of a lockdown, people are going to be so comfortable buying online, purchasing online, doing online activity, that these companies are going to continue to make money, even more money than they are right now.
Before you go on, guys, I'm seeing your questions, right? There's a bunch of questions. We're seeing it. We're going to answer them. But later on, just continue. Definitely going to answer. Where's Shaq, Neil? We're going to answer your questions, gents. Just keep listening.
Sweet. So right now we're looking at Amazon. What's happening with Amazon? We're looking at growth. When a chart goes from left to right and all you see is upward direction, we're busy making this moolah. So that's exactly what we're seeing. Here's a brilliant company, Amazon. We're looking at another one, Tesla. Tesla is owned right now by the richest man in the world, Elon Musk. And I want to show you how these guys
He's South African, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Let's claim this guy. Let's claim him.
Let's claim him while we can.
So Elon Musk owns a company called Tesla. They do the electronic vehicles, the self-driving vehicles. During the COVID period, they weren't so much selling vehicles, but they sort of received a tender from the US government issued by Donald Trump to say, create ventilators for us. Our hospitals need ventilators. If your company can do this for us, we're going to give you some large sum of money and just create ventilators. And literally Tesla changed their whole operation and started creating ventilators. And that's how they caused the recurring income during this COVID period. And that's why their stock price was absolutely shooting during the COVID period. And now the newly elected president of the US, Joe Biden, is literally towards clean energy. He's pushing electrical energy, and that's exactly what Tesla is. It's electrical energy. So that's why Tesla is going to continue to grow. Tesla, keep out.
Nothing can stop me. All the way up.
All the way up. Then we're going to be making this money. So we're looking at Tesla right now. We can see from left to right, the graph just shoots up like an absolute rocket. Next, we're going to be looking at Bitcoin. Like I'm saying, I'm not going to be biased. I'm not going to come on the show and be like, okay, it's just stocks.
Yeah.
We need to understand that anything that has currency that can be replicated at will, you need to take your money out of the currency form. The only time your money should ever be in a currency form is when you go into the store and you actually want to physically buy something right now, immediately. If you want to buy something right now, immediately, your capital can be in currency form just to the exact amount that you're looking to purchase at. Other than that, every single last dime that you have needs to be stored in an appreciating asset. That's the only way you're going to make sure that you make this money out here and that your money does not depreciate, because your money is going to depreciate so fast and you're going to still realize why you're still living from hand to mouth. Literally, I'm putting it at that point. Right now, we're looking at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, you know, some people are going to argue Bitcoin is also a currency, but we need to understand Bitcoin has a market cap. Only so much of Bitcoin can be actually implemented into society. Right now, Bitcoin is being mined. So when Bitcoin is being mined, it's like a reward for fulfilling certain transactions. Bitcoin is going to get to a point where all Bitcoin has been mined throughout, you know, no more Bitcoin can be mined further than that. It's like gold. When gold and all of the gold has been mined out of the ground, we cannot have a higher supply. We cannot supply more gold. Exact same for Bitcoin. You cannot supply more. So the supply is going to stay constant. But what's going to happen? Demand is going to go up because of those three concepts. Those four concepts I've already given you, right? Let's go through. So that is exactly what we're looking at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going up. And now we're looking at Nasdaq 100. You know, when you say Nasdaq 100, people start to shake. They're like, no, we made it in life. But you need to understand what you're actually doing on Nasdaq 100. Let's first go through what exactly is NAS 100. NAS 100 is the 100 most traded technology companies within the US. So what exactly is NAS 100? It's just an index. It's a strength index of the 100 most traded technology companies in the US. So you're actually trading stocks, my friend, simply, but you just don't know it. So the best technology companies, and you need to know the world is headed towards technology. That's why NAS 100 from left to right, all we're doing is just going up. Those exact 4 key pointers, those 4 key aspects that I've dropped within this podcast session is exactly what is causing NAS 100 to push up to a highly exponential rate right now. We can see this small drop. If you can actually just look at my chart, look at the Nasdaq 100 chart. You can see this drop from around about 10,000 points and it dropped to around about, you can say 15,000 points, and then it skyrocketed towards the upside. This drop, as soon as everyone saw this drop was literally in the market for around about 2 weeks to maybe 3 weeks. And
Now let's just show those drops. You just move over this way a little bit. You talk about this drop here?
We're looking, we're looking at this drop here. From the top to the bottom. From the top to the bottom, that was the coronavirus drop.
Okay, so you're speaking about 2019, just after that 2019, for those of you seeing the chart on your screen.
Yes, so we're looking at coronavirus period. You know, the coronavirus drop actually came in 2020. We're looking at around about the March period. We dropped from 10,000 points just to around about 15,000 points. And then everyone in the world saw that. And what did the reserve banks do? The Reserve Bank started issuing out stimulus packages. What is stimulus packages? It's quantitative easing. We're gonna make these prices go up. Nonetheless, we're gonna make this money. That's what they're literally telling us. They come out with stimulus packages. The Reserve Bank of the US and all the reserve banks around the world dropped the interest rate to near zero. So 2.1, 2.2% for the interest rates on the US Reserve Bank panel. They dropped it from 2.1% down to 0.25%. Dropping interest rates so drastically, what are they going to do? They're going to force inflation. They're going to make sure we're making this money. So that's exactly what you need to understand. And then we're also looking at the companies individually. Technology companies were really doing well. They're online, or most of them are definitely online, and a lot of them were still making money during this period. That's why we can still see Nasdaq skyrocketing towards the upside. Those are already the 3 key aspects that I've given you. In general, inflation caused by higher demand, which is population growth. The world's population, and there's constantly more people looking to buy into the stock market every single day, every single week, every single month. We need to understand the demand is there. Those 4 key aspects will make sure that NAS 100 goes up. Those 4 key aspects will make sure that real estate goes up. Those 4 key aspects will make sure that anything compared to a currency is losing. Never have your money in currency form. Trade inflation. And we know this key aspect. If you can trade inflation,
you can become a millionaire.
You can become a millionaire. And you can simply invest into appreciating assets. The biggest key phrase that the richest people know in the world is never store their wealth in currency form. They always store their wealth within appreciating assets. And that's a key phrase you guys need to go home with. Store your wealth in appreciating assets. Let's go through. Let's look at the richest men in the world. Elon Musk. We need to understand what is Elon Musk doing, all right? During the COVID period, he was creating ventilators. We need to understand that ventilators will not make you another, what is this?
188 billion.
This is 188 billion. Beginning of 2020, Elon Musk's net worth was 30 billion, right? We're saying during COVID period.
That's a hell of a jump.
During COVID period. What is that jump? Quick math, what are we looking at? We're looking at 150? 158, right? $158 billion. This guy did not make $158 billion from creating ventilators. I can tell you now, this is coming from the high demand in his company's share price because the rich people know in the world, when we're dropping interest rates, take your money out of currency right now. If we increasing stimulus packages, take your money out of currency right now and invest into appreciating assets. And this is exactly what the richest people did in the world. They invested into these companies that are doing well during the COVID period. Elon Musk became the richest man in the world. Yes, has tripled, quadrupled his net worth.
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos, his net worth in the beginning of 2020 was 115 billion. His net worth right now is 184 billion. These guys are talking about billions. These guys are going to become trillionaires very soon. Why are they going to become trillionaires? I can guarantee you, if not these guys are going to become trillionaires, there's going to be someone that's going to be hitting trillionaire status very soon, at least within the next 5 years to 10 years. Why? Due to inflation. We're literally saying if you can trade inflation, we need to understand your 100 Rand is going close to the value of zero. Your 1,000 Rand is going close to the value of zero. Your million Rand is going close to the value of zero if it's stored in currency form. These guys are so smart. They know all the assets are in appreciating assets. Bill Gates has a full-on stocks portfolio of around about 30 companies plus, you know. His net worth right now is 132 billion. Before 2020, it was 105 billion. Now, let's look at this, guys. Coronavirus period, COVID period, we're crying.
These people are quadrupling their portfolios.
These guys are having the best year of their life. How is this possible? This simply means that because, remember that first slide that we looked at, everything has a price tag, and that price tag is currency. Because everything has a price tag and the price tag is currency, we need to understand that these guys know they're going to get richer and faster every single year because it was removed from the gold standard. Since we're no more comparing assets towards gold, it doesn't have a level standing point, and it's because it's compared to currency. That's why it's guaranteed for us. Literally, that's why it's guaranteed.
And then who's Bernard?
So Bernard Arnold, what is he? Owner of what?
I don't know Bernard
Quick
Arnold.
math in terms of Google. Let's see.
Let's see. What do we say? Bernard Arnold, no? How do you spell it?
Bernard.
I know he's a big owner of a company. Let's see. I'm gonna peek on that side of you and just say it before you say it.
This guy here.
There we go. What are we looking at in terms of?
Is it us? Yeah, it's him. French billionaire, business and art collector. He's the chairman and chief
Dior.
executive of
It's not Dior.
Hennessy.
No. Can't be.
Yes, bro. He says Hennessy.
Let's see. Net worth, children.
Hennessy.
Yeah, 155. But yes, we went up
Use
since
on the
first slide.
weekend, these are making those
Chief
people richer.
executive of.
Yes, bro.
Yeah. Okay, so
Chairman.
definitely this gent is proper making money.
Yeah, Hennessy, bro.
Chairman and CEO of LVMH.
I don't know what LVM, but he's
Okay.
making money.
This guy's making money.
He's
That's what we
he's
need
number
to
4
know.
in the world.
We don't even need to know this, Jen. All we need to know is this guy's making money, and literally we need to be following in this guy's footsteps.
World's
We wanna
largest
be
luxury goods. Louis Vuitton is the
Louis Vuitton. I knew something of clothes.
Hennessy, Louis Vuitton, and the luxury brands in the world.
Oh, brilliant. This guy is packing it in. He's packing it in. Let's go look. My next slider, right? This is my next slider. We're looking at the beginning of 2020. This is just confirming exactly what we said. Elon Musk just became richer. His net worth in the beginning of 2020 was nearly 30 billion. Right now it's 188 billion. Next slider, we're looking at Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos' net worth, he made during the COVID period, he made $67 billion during COVID. People are struggling. This guy just became richer. We need to understand they do not have their wealth in currency form. It's all stored in appreciating assets. Then we're looking at Bill Gates. Bill Gates' net worth was at 105 billion. His net worth right now is just below or just above 130 billion. These guys are becoming richer and the poor are becoming poorer because the poor are storing their wealth in currency. The poor are living from hand to mouth. The poor do not have money stored in assets that appreciate. And these inflation is a massive thing. If you can trade inflation, you will become a millionaire.
I think a lot of poor people can't afford to have extra money on
You
the
know,
side.
one thing that COVID should have taught everyone is, and that phrase was literally going around, right? If COVID didn't open up the hustle in you, nothing will. You know, that was a big concept. But you need to also understand what COVID also did for a lot of people is you need to understand that you can live below your means. If you are living towards a lifestyle of 20,000 Rand and you're eating towards a lifestyle of 20,000 Rand, you saw during COVID you can bring that down to at least 10,000 Rand. And there needs to be something that you're putting towards actually investing. You cannot store your capital in currency form and you cannot live hand to mouth because that is ensuring that you stay poor for life. That is literally ensuring that.
Are we going over to the action or how far are we?
Let's have a look at it. Okay, so let's close off for that key aspect. We're done with the sliders right now. We're about to go into a live trading session on NAS 100 with a 100% trade success rate. And let's close off in that phrase. We're literally saying inflation is guaranteed. Okay? And I want to ask you also this question. If inflation is guaranteed and we can trade inflation, does that mean making this money is guaranteed?
Yes.
That's literally what that is saying. That's literally
So
what
just
that
to
is
answer
saying.
quickly, someone wanted to speak about GameStop, but it's gonna take time, guys. Neil wants to speak about GameStop. That's gonna take time. What strategies would you suggest to use to evaluate risks? I think you're probably gonna touch on that.
That's
a little bit.
leverage, but we cover leverage in the course. Leverage is a little bit of thing. I've perfected leverage, right? I can give you the perfect lowdown on leverage, and leverage will give you 100% trade success rate.
All right. So what you wanna do is I did post that link there just now. You wanna just go onto that link that I posted just now, guys. On the thing, click on that link, and then you get into Trend FX.
Let's go through it.
Then don't worry, I'll
The
do that.
hype on social media of 100% trade success rate is not a myth. We have a 100% trade success rate on investors account. We have a 100% trade success rate on our personal trading account. And we're about to trade NAS 100. So everyone right now, we need to be looking at my screen, at my platform. And we're going to go through and we're going to just take some positions on NAS 100. I'm even going to get to a point where, you know, I can do this with my eyes closed. Literally.
Should we get the blindfold here?
We can get anything, bro. What can we use? You're right. What can we use?
Your jacket, take your jacket off.
What I
will
can,
just
what I
do
can
this.
literally do. Check this out. You see the chart, right? I can see the pricing on my chart.
So
Literally.
can people open their charts at home also?
Yeah, we can trade this. But if you do not understand leverage,
you're gonna lose money.
You're definitely gonna lose money. This thing is guaranteed for me because I know exactly what leverage to use
and
on
you have
this.
a big leverage.
Exactly.
All right, cool. But we're there. So that's the thing. But
So
I
we
mean,
have the screen
they can
up.
check it on their chart even if they want to see
Yes.
where your thing is. That show to
Yes.
show it's live. It's not.
Open up NAS 100.
It's not something
Let me
you
show you
recorded
the
last
boy.
night there by the house.
Nothing. Literally, what we can see here is everything is live. Another aspect is I want to show everyone that I'm on my personal account. You can see my trading account history is 100% trade success rate.
Jay, do we have this? Do we have the screen? So
I'm
people can see
literally
what you're
saying we have a 100% trade success rate. I'm putting all of this online because that's how guaranteed this thing is for me. I'm saying this account has a 100% trade success rate. I'm going to take trades right now on NAS 100. It's going to be a 100% trade success rate. And next week when I'm posting profits, that is a 100% trade success rate right there. So let's go
jump
into it. So right now, I'm just going to lower this panel here for everyone quickly. So I want you to be able to see the trades that are going to be opened on this. Right now, you can see that I'm floating in a profit of around about $19,000. We will go through my entire account history again just before we actually end off this session, but let's go through. I'm opening now. NAS 100 is open. I'm going to properties. I'm literally taking and I'm changing everything to white. What does that mean? If I'm changing absolutely everything to white, I'm going to make this entire chart blank for myself. That's exactly what I'm doing.
So you're going from a clean slate.
Clean slate, bro. I don't even need to. I know everything that needs to be known for exactly what I'm about to do right now. It's actually at that point, I should have clicked on save. Let's do that quickly. So right now, I'm just making everything absolutely transparent for everyone. And this is the equivalent of, if I had a blindfold on, I wouldn't be able to see anything. And that's exactly what we're doing here. Let's go through. Okay, clean slate. Jesse,
Clean slate.
can
We're
you see
starting from
anything
zero.
there?
Nothing.
Are you
There's
trading
nothing
there, bro?
I don't know where to start there.
Let's go trade. But now my trading panel also disappeared. Okay, let's bring that guy back. Let's have a look at this. We want to be putting on grid. We need to at least make the grid black. So, no, not grid. I need to bring this panel back. Let's bring that panel back so we can at least know where the buy button is, you know. We at least need to know where the buy button is. So that's exactly what we're looking at right now. Background, foreground. Okay, let's see that one. There we go. There we go. There we go. Jesse, can you see anything,
Just
bro?
get a nice clean shot of that screen. You wanna see
no.
what's going on.
Open
This is
up
the
your
moment.
TikToks.
This is the moment people were waiting for the whole show.
Open up everything.
This is
Let's
that
go
moment.
through. Let's
Usually
go
when
through.
they
Let's
say
go
blank
through.
chart, they just talk about no mids, no majors,
telling
nothing.
you, I'm
Shane says, "I want to see you
Literally
take this."
a blank chart.
Don Shane is
No
saying, "I want to
candlesticks.
see you take this. This nice trade."
You wanna see me take this next trader? So right now the entire chart is absolutely crisp and clean. Let's go into this chart right
Is
here.
there even a chart?
Is there even a chart? Does anyone see anything? Absolutely anything. Do you absolutely see anything right now? So let's just look at my terminal quickly, right? So if you actually look at all of these trades, I do not have a NAS 100 trade open right now at all. I have positions on stocks, yes, but not NAS 100. And NAS 100, everything that I know that is going to be coming out regarding stimulus packages, everything that I understand about financial markets, everything that I know will literally be able to have me just go through. It's asking for one-click trading. We can accept that. We go through. Bam! We're taking a trade on NAS. And you can see the trades are popping up there. Can you see we basically just took a nice position now on NAS. Let's just take down the time frame here quickly so we can just bring it down lower. Let's bring that trade into frame again. Let's bring that trade into frame. So you guys can see that green line. Let me make this panel smaller. You can see there's a buy trade right now on NAS. And this is on account of 100% trade success rate. When I'm posting profits, you guys are definitely going to see exactly the same 100% trade success rate. And we can go through again. I know we can take another buy. I know. We're hitting this trading session up. We can even go through on the phone. And we can do.
Did you make a buy already?
Yeah,
bro,
there's
I've
the
been
line
buying
there. The
NAS
buy's in
as we're
there.
speaking right here.
The buy's in there.
The trades are in here. Can we come in here? Can we come in here?
Let's go in there.
On the screen.
Okay.
We're literally looking NAS positions coming up right now. You can see markets are definitely fluctuating beautifully. And this is exactly how easy this becomes. Hey, he's he's quickly catching these tips out here. Yeah, free tips, let's go through.
Good to see.
Come through, bro. Come check it out. This is exactly what we're doing. We're on the chart. We're on NAS 100. I'm literally clicking on trade. I'm taking trades as we speak. And this is going to be 100% trade success rate. NAS 100 is at record highs right now.
Yeah.
It's at the highest prices it's ever been in its entire life. If any investor knew, this is definitely buying at high prices, but I can tell you I'm still going to have 100% trade success rate because exactly of the knowledge that I've dropped, the ability to know and perfect leverage, and everything that I know about financial markets will literally have me go through. I can take trades on NAS 100 all day long. We can go through the trading platform. You can see NAS trades are opening up here one way. We can go through, open up NAS trades one way. And we can do this absolutely all day. Bro, we want to make money. Hey, we want to make money. We want to go through and make this money.
But it's like you explained in the start. NAS 100 is your what? Top
Your
100.
Top
companies.
100 stocks.
And it's appreciating company. So obviously
They're going up
going to go
the whole
up
time.
with time. Yeah. So
Yeah. Can I give you guys a tip, right? So, you know, there's hedge funds. Hedge funds, you would give a hedge fund your money in order to diversify your risk.
Yeah.
Okay, they're going to open up investments for you. They literally take your money out of currency form and they invest into appreciating assets. That's exactly what hedge funds do. Then you get something called a mutual fund. A mutual fund invests into indices and indexes. That's what NAS 100 is. That's what US 30 is. Everything, and this simply means this. It's companies grouped together that have similar interests and aspects, but it's not just one company. So Microsoft is in NAS 100, Amazon is in NAS 100, all these top technology companies in the world is in NAS 100. So by taking a buy on NAS 100 is instantly diversifying your portfolio. But now we need to understand the strength of those 100 companies is in one instrument. So it's highly accelerated, it's very strong, and if you trade these companies individually, you come in with a lot less money and you're much safer. But like I said, we bypassed that point already. I can go on NAS 100 right now. I can trade as however I want on NAS 100 and I'm still going to come out with 100% trade success rate. I'm still going to be making this money.
Yo.
And that's the trading right there.
Yeah. That's the moment you've been waiting for the whole show. Taking a live NAS.
With no candlesticks.
We got Mr.
No
Rowe.
candlesticks,
Mr. Rowe,
we
you
don't
got some
even
questions
need
there. You got some things.
You know what? I've been flabbergasted this morning. Because I've been sitting right from the beginning of the show. I'm chatting.
Just give him the mic there, please.
My two millennial kids.
Can't hear him. His mic's off. Give him that mic real quick, Jay. Cheers.
Okay, while we're waiting for that, how many people is in the room? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Everyone is getting a NAS trade today. We need 6 how many do we have now? We have 1,
Clink,
2,
check here, clink, check
3,
here.
4, 5, 6. We already have 6.
We already have
NAS
6,
trades.
so everyone has a trade.
Let's add more. I know. Bonus. Bonus. Let's 100. Let's go. We're taking buys here. Let's go.
So do we get our profits though from the?
No, definitely. Yeah, you can charge us profits. And these are gonna be like a big profits. I'm telling you now already. We're gonna come in. You're gonna see that 100% trade success rate on my Instagram page as well. I think I must give everyone the investor login details. You can log into my trading account on my Instagram page. I'm gonna be dropping it in my bio for around about a day. Do log into my trading account. You'll see 100% trade success rate. You can literally keep track of my trading account on your phone. Imagine.
Wow.
Imagine I have an investment account. You see my investment
You see
account.
everything going on.
The only thing you can't do is withdraw my money. So that's the only thing, But
Rose-
that's the world's best. The world's best traders in the world do exactly the same. If we go right now and we go Google Warren Buffett, the best investor in the world, we go Google his portfolio. You'll be able to see his entire portfolio on Google. And that's exactly what I'm going to do for everyone right now. I'm going to go through on my IG, in my bio, I have login details there. Key it into your MetaTrader 4 platform, and you'll be able to see my trading account and everything that I've done since.
How's that confidence?
We're having 100% trade success rate here. Let's go.
Before we call it a show, Mr. Rowe,
You know what? I was going to go and talk about some of the trends and the things that happened over the weekend, but like I said, I'm blown away. I want to go trade now.
Let's go trade.
But one thing that has come up, if you look at soccer, if you look at what is happening around the vaccine, news that came out this morning, right? One key word that came up all along the show was the word consistency, right? And remember now, the title or the topic this morning is how to become rich while trading, right? It's definitely consistency. And I mean, you prove that keeping it consistent all the time, every day, and the 4 pointers that you mentioned. Please, if you can maybe just answer this question. You mentioned companies like Tesla, Microsoft, Alibaba. What about Netflix that has been popular?
Yes, Netflix.
Facebook, Google.
I'm invested in Facebook on our auto-copy trader system. I'm invested in Facebook. I'm invested in Amazon. I'm invested into Adobe. I'm invested into Costco. I'm invested into Microsoft. I said Microsoft. If I said it twice, we're going in twice. Oh no, we're investing. I'm telling you. We're investing here. So the top companies in the world, definitely those are babies right now. It's not always going to stay like that. But remember, the overall stock market is guaranteed to always appreciate. And those companies will just filter out and new companies will take its place. And that's how the stock market is overall is constantly hitting record highs.
Anything else there, Mr. Rowe?
What is, I think what is the most valuable, you gave a lot of tips already, right, throughout the morning. But your most valuable trade that you've ever made?
Microsoft, definitely.
Microsoft.
Yeah, Microsoft is baby.
Microsoft is the golden child.
You say it twice because it's that nice. But literally, I'm also going to say this. I want to make this very clear for absolutely everyone. We need to understand that retail trading, the ability to go on your own platform, on your own laptop, and the ability to invest your own capital. So that is retail trading. If you're trading your own portfolio, your own capital, this has only been around for 20 years. This thing is brand new still, right? And then even at that point, it was just currencies coming in, and then commodities started coming in, then index and indices started coming in, then crypto started coming in. Stocks, US companies, have only been available in order for you to trade through retail brokerages for the past 3 years. This thing is still brand new. If you wanted to buy investments from the US, you need to be able to have a US bank account. This is not available for people in South Africa beyond this point of 3 years. You need to understand that you're sitting on a gem right now and you need to be able to take advantage of it. It's literally been around for the past 3 years.
And I guess what is happening in terms of trends with financial markets, where we are going everybody is innovating.
Yes.
So Nasdaq and all these most probably technological companies that are diversifying. Those
Yes.
are the markets that you need to get into.
Yeah, focus on.
Yeah.
And another point that I want to focus on, for the past 3 years, you can literally go in and buy. You're buying the stock price, right? It's a CFD. You're buying into the stock price. But you can go buy in as little as $60. How much is $60 in Apple, bro? How much is $60? We're looking at 600, 700 Rand. This is unheard of.
Yeah.
Literally, if you even wanted to invest into shares on the JSA and you're going through a bank, they have a minimum requirement. Even if you wanted to open up a stocks portfolio, they're asking for minimum requirements. You're looking at around about 30,000 Rand and you need to buy maybe 30,000 Rand worth of shares. They're coming up with large sums of money because this thing is that valuable. Yeah. It's ever the first that you can take a 700 Rand and go invest into a US company, a company that's actually abroad. This has never been heard of. This is only the past 3 years.
Somebody on WhatsApp actually sent me a question to say that, you know what, I've got 3,000 Rand. Can I start trading with that?
Definitely.
Now, you've answered that question, but that is more than enough to actually buy in Apple.
Yes. Yes, definitely.
And why do you think, and this is a big thing, and at some point we're going to have to close the show, but this is a big one. Why do you think so many people are afraid? Because I know there was a lot of conspiracy theories and a lot of it's not real and this and this and this and this. And I know there's also one thing, I think it's the guy that wrote the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. What is Robert Kawasaki?
Yes.
Something like that. I'm not sure. I'm thinking about motorbikes. But he explained a situation where he said that the rich want to make you think that it's it's a scam or whatever, because they're making the money up there and they're like, don't come here, it's a scam, don't touch our things here. Yeah. And so you on the ground, and there was a thing I showed you the other day where one of my friends posted on his IG is like, the reason you're staying poor because you think everything's a scam. And and they're pushing this narrative that I don't come here, it's a scam. But in the meantime, the ones are making big money.
Big money.
But why do you think so many people are scared to jump in on it?
Okay, so retail trading, like we say, is still brand new, right? If you follow exactly my view, my vision in the next 2 years to 3 years, my team is coming on that point with 100% trade success rate. So you can see more and more traders are getting into this and they are becoming very successful. You're going to see in the next 3 years, there's going to be an abundant supply of young
people driving Lambos and Ferraris and things.
Crazy money is about to be made. And what is a big motivation for me is that I knew I didn't perfect this skill as yet. This is still when I'm sitting in my couch, I'm trying to figure out what internations is going on here. All I thought to myself was, this thing is real.
Yep.
And if I don't persevere and I don't focus on this and I don't perfect this skill, someone else is going to, and someone else is going to be living the life that I want to live. Are you going to let your friends live the life that you want to live? Go live it with them. We can all live this together. You're going to be left at home while your friends are touring Hawaii, France, all of these places, and you're going to be left at home. Don't be that
big
guy.
fact. Mr. Rowe, I want to close it, but...
I want to ask a question. Since we traded we did that trade, how much profit did you make?
Okay, so right now, let's go look at the platform right now.
Is market not supposed to be closed now?
Remember, this is indexes, right? So the indices index right now, it's literally just fluctuating, but it's negative $5 for each trade. Barely nothing. Probably from each of these trades, what I can look to make from this is just holding it for a decent amount, probably a few $100s each. The longer I hold it, the more I will definitely make from this. I can take it up to the thousands even for each trade. Yeah, everyone is getting 15 grand. Hey.
Explain, Jay is like, huh?
Hey,
should we send banking details?
Let me send the banking details. Then Don's gonna say, you want banking details? Did you not listen to the whole show? Don't put your money there, and you're gonna lose.
It's like, I don't work with Capitec, okay?
Don't put your money there, guys. Don't put your money there.
Old Mutual.
You're gonna lose money. But guys, thank you so much for the show, Mr. Rowe. Any closing remarks from you?
Can you see how fun it is? Making money.
To make money, it's fun. Just our closing remarks from you, bro. You were quiet most of the time, but go for it.
Now the guy was dropping some serious nuggets there. Something you
and
take
people are saying, hey, I'm listening. Thank you for the nuggets.
They're loving it. But now, to you, bro. Keep pushing, keep working on. We see that the profit is coming in, it's coming in.
I got everyone, literally, We've been put on a mission, and my mission is literally to get everyone to this path.
Yep.
I'm there. I'm on that mission. Last key pointer.
Yeah, from
me. I have two So if you can trade inflation, let's do this.
Let's do it together.
We need to be able to recite this
Jay,
thing
help
right
us,
now.
bruh. If you can trade inflation,
If you can trade inflation,
You
you'll
become
become
a
a
millionaire.
millionaire. And you can! Don't invest into appreciating assets!
There we go.
Woo!
And that's how the rich.
I know, that's
Get
get
richer.
richer. Yo,
Yes.
that's such power. My last closing aspect is we literally took around about a minute to place all of these trades. I know, we're done with work today. Let's go the beach, right?
let's go drive on the beach side.
You know the Porsches are parked outside. I'm next to you, bro. Let's go hit a convoy quickly. We're done for the day. Literally, that is the life.
And
That
that's
is
the thing.
life.
The other day, I was in Cape Town for a wedding, so I phoned Don. I'm like, yeah, bro, I see you in Cape Town. I'm here also. He's like, yeah, bro, what do you want to do? You want to go catch a drive along the beach road? I'm like, yeah, let's go. And so we took a nice drive beach road. We went to Old Pie to go eat fish. And he said, the problem with Cape Town is if you're making money while you're sleeping, you're gonna party here the whole day, bro. You're just gonna party.
Like, I was like, you know when it gets bad, right? Anthony's from Cape Town. Anthony was even like, yo, bro, I can't work here. We're partying every day, every moment of the day. We're literally doing nothing. It literally takes us a few minutes to take trades. But
Yeah.
if you're on a yacht and you're just doing this, with your phone is gonna fly here through, man.
And this guy was like, hey, we on the yacht, right? He's like,
Yo.
Isaac, let's go on the yacht. Yeah, let's go on the yacht. We on the yacht. He's busy taking picture. I'm like, bro, your phone is gonna fall in the
and it's
water.
almost wet like this,
And he's like, bro, don't worry.
But I think that's the one nice thing about trading. You're literally making money wherever you go. All you
Anyway.
need is a
Yeah.
Wi-Fi connection, and
Exactly.
you're making that money.
And the nice thing about that for me honestly, is that if you decide now you want to immigrate somewhere, you go, bro. And you know, it's not like you're working a day job where, now I must now leave my job. Now I must now, you know, how am I gonna make money? It's like, yeah, bro. No matter where you are in the world, you're making money.
Exactly.
And you obviously just have to be smart about it, obviously.
But then also, we just need to throw a disclaimer in there. You can make the money, but also there's hard work and dedication that goes into it, understanding. Because a lot of people just think I can take a 3,000 rand and flip it to 100,000 rand overnight. Doesn't work that way. You actually need to know what you're doing.
Exactly. And that's why. And here's the thing, guys, and to close off, that's why I kept saying in the beginning of this podcast, please be listening to where we're going, because we're on our way to a point. And that's the thing. It's not just about let's trade Nas, yeah, pa. It's like, whoa, we're telling you from scratch. These are the 4 points.
Yeah.
These are the things you need to understand. These are the things you need to know. This is how it's going to grow. And nobody jumps into something, whether it's a marriage, whether it's buying a new house, whether it's whatever. You don't just jump into something you don't know. You first check the vibe, you see where you are, you see where you're trying to take this thing, and then you make the decision, all right, let me jump. And again, with trading, it's the same thing. You don't just come like, let's go. You're taking off your shirt and you're jumping in. It's like, whoa, let me first understand. And that's why Don also has these trading courses. And that's why on his side, trendfx.com.co.za, and then go check it there. Go check what's happening there. Use my affiliate link. I'm plugging my link here, bro. I'm plugging my link. Use my affiliate. Diversify my portfolio here. Use my affiliate link. Jump on, sign up, put in 3 grand or whatever you can afford for the moment. And I promise you, my phone is there now. But I showed you in the beginning of the show. Just for the past 2 weeks, I got about 5 successful trades. They're all green. They're all $12, $15, $30. I mean, it's money that you weren't gonna get just for just. You know,
Exactly.
it's at least it's something.
And
it's
it's
better than
compounding
that.
over
And it's
time.
compounding.
Yes,
So you take
yes.
that, you add it on, you grow it. It's better than if I gave you 5 grand now. And this is how a lot of people are missing this thing. If I give you 5 grand now and you give me 5 grand, I'll take that 5, put it here. Next week it will be 10. And you take a 5, you go and buy this, you go and buy that. I say, bro, what happened to that 5? I had to buy things, I had to do this, I had to do that, and your money is gone. Bro, what happened to your 5? Yo, bro, I'm sitting on 7K now, 8K.
Or you take that 5K and put it in a savings account. Every month you're getting like a 12, 15 rand back on that.
Not
5.
even! It's 7% annual, bro. They give you annual. End of the year, you get that 7 rand.
Let's look at that. You know your starting balance that you showed, bro. What was the balance on that? It was like what?
434.
434, right?
And it's
Starting
on
balance
$510
$430. $430. How much did we make profit on that?
It's on 510 now.
510.
So how much did we make?
That's a
510
70, 80. You made $80 thus far, and that's 2 weeks, right? So we're gonna say $80. Divide that by 4. What is it? 435.
Yeah.
435 times that by 100. You made an 18% return in the past 2 weeks. a bank will give you a 6% per annum, round about maybe maximum 14% per annum. You made 18% in 2 weeks. If we look at stocks today, stocks are hitting record highs today. Nasdaq 100 is hitting record highs today. Stock markets are probably going to open up very highly. If they maintain that, we're going to be seeing that now.
Those red ones are going to be green just now. It's 4:30. I'm going to see green things on my screen.
And we're saying that even if you go onto Google and you Google the stock price, you even see that Microsoft is appreciating by like 1% per day, 2% per day. Banks are giving you 6% per annum, but these assets are literally saying we're going up 1% per day. The bank can hold this asset for you for 6 days and say, here's your return.
And then take
and
the
I have your
rest.
money for the rest of your year. And they take the rest.
So guys, thank you so much for watching. If you are here, there were about 80 of you at some point. You guys wanted to see that live trade. But please do subscribe, guys. We're on 523 subs. Let's love chat number up a little bit.
Subscribe. We're only dropping these nuggets for free on the show.
Yeah, on the show. On the show. And that's the second time we have done our first show ever on the show was when we had done. It was a record high also. It was the highest number show of the whole show until I think 2 weeks ago there was a show that passed it. But I mean from the beginning, let's get this one past.
Do the show, subscribe. This needs to be record highs right here. The information dropped on the show deserves it's a Grammy. Same time.
And here's the thing that I want to close off with is that this information you'd have to pay for this if you go for trading courses and
other places.
Yeah, that's always telling you everything you need to know in like an hour and a half. For free, basically, you know. And so you know, show some love. Thank you for all the comments. Show some subs there on the page, and that will be your payment for free information. A sub and a bell is your payment for free information. Thank you guys so much, and see you on the next show. Don, thanks. Jesse, thanks. Thanks, Mr. Rowe. It's been an honor. See you on the next show. Love you. Bye bye.
We out, gentlemen.
Welcome to it.
Good morning to the folks. What up to the youngins and bless up to the world.
And then Jay just put your info on blast like that.
It's what the people want to know, bro. My bad.
Nah, bro.